This is a song from the last album I did. Came out this past summer and or late spring, called "Love Without Fear." And thank you. And this song, "Disappearing," I almost feel like, when I listen to it, I almost feel like it's an answer song to another song of mine, and I feel like that's getting kind of crazy when I can tell you that my songs are talking to each other, but why not? We're all friends here, right? I had a dream about you, real as my own hand. We were side by side while the boats rolled by the bright summer sand. I had to cry when I woke up, for life is truly cruel, and cruelest to those who love and who can't stay true. Some nights I feel like I'm watching your red tail lights disappearing. Some nights I feel like I'm watching your red tail lights disappearing. I can see the future out so far, like a county fair balloon, red and rising in a blue, blue sky, until there's only blue. You might be a fool for your love, she may rule your every move, but if you let her slip away from you, you might be nothing but a fool. Some nights I feel like watching your red tail lights disappearing. Some nights I feel like I'm watching your red tail lights disappearing. I should mention that's Brad Gordon on the piano. I started to when I run through these songs on my own, I just hear Brad playing in the background. They always sound so awesome in my mind. And in reality, it's even better. Certainly, I didn't mean to imply that you were better in my dreams than in reality, Brad. But I've had some doozies. So, where do songs come from? Like, I think when I was little, I used to read the album jackets of my parents' LP collection. You folks don't know what that is.
Yeah, we do.
And they had a lot of folk rock. They were into Californian folk rock. They liked James Taylor and they liked Simon and Garfunkel. They're not Californian, they're New Yorkers, but they liked Carole King, transplanted New Yorker to California. They also loved the Beatles. So I was always reading the internal, like the legal lines, you know, copyright, Warner Music. It was just a mysterious language that I really wanted to learn for some reason. And aside from copyright Warner Music, the things would also have these names, you know, Holland, Dozier, Holland, or, you know, like crediting songs that James Taylor wrote to Carole King. Well, what's that all about? I thought James Taylor wrote all those songs. He's singing them, didn't he write them? I started to kind of piece together that it was sort of a group effort. And my young brain was really intrigued by this. Carole King loomed pretty large because my parents listened to Tapestry all the time, and also because I loved that song, You Got a Friend. That's a great song for a child to love. And when I started learning the piano, I stumbled upon this thing. Wait a minute, let me see if I can show you.
Brad, we tried. It's going to be so brief, it's hardly worth it.
I stumbled upon this thing that she always did in her records, which was... You know, she didn't only do that, she also did... And there was this old chestnut... Anyway, you get the picture. She was always doing that same chord all the time. So when I figured it out on the piano, I was so happy. I could imagine it basing an entire song just on this. And actually, you know, nobody knows it, but you got a secret smile like this, and you use it only for me. Nobody knows it, you got a secret smile, and you use it only for me. Shoot, I owe her $1. I once, so you get it, right? I once told an art teacher of mine that I had gone to the museum and I'd seen a painting there that I wanted for my own, and of course I could never have one, but I told my art teacher, I'm gonna paint one for my own house, like that. And my art teacher said, you should read about Picasso, because he said the same thing. He'd go see Velázquez and then he'd come back home and paint himself a nice Velázquez to put on his wall. It's sort of a universal thing, I guess. Not only songwriters have this experience. Years later, by a wild chance, I did a songwriting session with Carole King. I was super nervous. She was the horse whisperer. I was a little prancing pony. I couldn't think straight. It's Carole freaking King. She sang, I said, you know that song of yours, I Wasn't Born to Follow? And she goes, oh yeah, I think it goes like this. And then she sang the whole thing for me. And I was just gonna explode. It's a song that the Byrds covered. I don't even think she ever sang it. I told her it was so cool that the Beatles covered her song, Chains. I thought that's so cool because we all look upon the Beatles as such an influence. And Carole said to me, actually the Beatles considered me their influence. I was like, what a badass, this is great. I'm learning a lot of stuff right now. Then in an awkward pause in the conversation I said, you know, my mom's a big fan of yours. And we were back to square one. No, actually, it wasn't that bad. She did say, thanks for making me feel old. But, you know, I recovered. So, I've got my next album project, or a recording project that I'm going to do anyway. It seems like too many songs right now, but we're going to weed it down. is, I'm calling it for now, I'm calling it Recovered. But it's not about like drug addiction. It's about taking the songs that I've written with and for other people and that they've covered of mine and covering it again. So it would be like me recovering those songs. And it's been really interesting because it's like, there is a through line. Some of them are just off the mark entirely. They just don't sound like me. But a lot of them sound like a guy just trying the same stuff again and again, trying to get it right, you know, with different partners they're in their own process too. I was working on the last album, Love Without Fear, and Sarah Watkins heard one of the songs in progress, When It Pleases You. And she said, I love that song, can I put that on my record? And I was like, yeah, that's cool, yeah, do, cut it. So given my glacial pace of work, actually she asked me that question, recorded her version of the song, released it, and did a tour promoting it before my album even came out. So now it appears to the world like I'm cutting this Sarah Watkins song, but it's not true. When it pleases you, you want me. When it's easy to do, you hold me. When you don't want anybody else to, you love me. When it pleases you. When I want to hear my voice whisper in your voicemail's ear, I think of you at the strangest times. You've got me with the back of your mind. I've been keeping it convenient for you to keep close to me. I've been making it too easy for you to hang on loosely. I've been holding on and dreaming on, but you only come around to me when it pleases you. When the stars come out, I walk the roadside to see them turning around. If you watch them long enough, you might see one fall, but look at one for too long and you won't see it at all. I've been keeping it